Welcome. On this channel, I do unscripted, unedited videos about Linux programming and stuff. I am currently working on a toy game project, and today I am going to be working with Claude to continue to refactor a Q class, or not a class, a Q module. And in the previous videos, I had generated a to-do that I was working my way through that was primarily focused on the actual test code. But what I never did was ask Claude to make recommendations for improving the actual Q class. The Q class I'm pretty sure the Q class was written by Gemini, so that'll be interesting. I can't for sure remember that it was Gemini. I'm pretty sure it was. So let's start out by asking Claude to can you review source Q and recommend improvements? How do I want to improvements? Yeah, let's just do that. That's pretty vague. We gave it a pretty wide purview there. We'll see what it comes back with. If you really think about it, it has to go figure out that it's a multi-producer, multi-consumer queue, blocking queue, error handling for pthread functions, add error checking for pthread, mutex, and init. These can fail and should be handled properly. Okay, so let's start by, I'll evaluate each of these, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to say append these recommendations to the end of the todo.md file. So I find that I end up doing these refactors in multiple sessions, and they last too long, and I break them up and put them in the to-do files so that they persist, for me to look at them, and then I break them up and do them piece by piece. So now in theory, if we cap that to-do file again, so now we have those. Right, so we have the original, and then we have the Q implementation improvements. And I think I'm going to focus first on the... In fact, that is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to throw away these test improvements, and then we'll redo those, because what I'm going to do while doing the Q implementation improvements is have it fix tests in lockstep. So... the very first thing it has here, let's just read through this. The high priorities. Well, this would certainly make testing easier. These add queue status functions. Add non-blocking operations. Implement qtry add and qtry pop. Oh, I like that. So I'm going to break these down, do them one at a time, and have it do the test along with it. Clear. Propose a change that would add a non-blocking propose a change that would add non-blocking operation, add the non-blocking operations to the queue, add the non-blocking operations, comma, and Q try pop, right? So propose a change that would add the non-blocking operations Q try add and Q try pop would add the non-blocking operations to the file Q to source Q. Yep. Along with tests in test Q to verify that functionality. Propose a change that would add the non-blocking operations qtry add and qtry pop to the source QC along with tests and test qtest to verify the new functionality, the new function. And verify that all tests pass. So we're just getting the proposal for the change here. I was specifically ensuring the verify all tests pass because there's a potential for, I don't think in this case, but in other refactors that we do here, there's a potential that we might break the existing tests. Okay, so update QH, adding the two new methods, two new functions. Try add and try pop. Don't wait. Return. Failed to add. Return 0. Okay, I was just thinking about the error side of it, returning 0, but I'm going to leave it. And then on this side, what is the if Q size equals 0, Q is empty, don't wait, return null. So this is the try pop empty, try pop not empty. Void test try add full, try add non-full. All looks good. It added the 4 tests. All tests pass. Added. Yep. Okay, so prepare a commit message for the current changes. Oops, there are no changes. Apply the proposed changes. First, I have to apply them. I see there's a duplicate. Let's fix that. Oh, did it? Did it apply those changes before? Changes made. Yeah, they were made. Did I not ask it to propose the changes? I did ask it to propose a change. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to stop that. I'm going to go back up and get this original prompt. This one right here. I am going to clear that. I am going to get status, get reset hard. Oops. No changes. We're going to go back over here and we're going to put it into plan mode so that it doesn't do anything. And reapply. Propose a change that would add... Okay, so the same exact one. I mean, I guess I could just get used to letting it make the changes and then deal with it in... dealing with it in Git when I want to roll back the changes. Plan, and yes, would you like to proceed? It is the add returns error on full. It looks okay, so we get more tests this time. Pop test queue try operations mixed. Oh, that's the new one. Try add, try pop. Add a message, return 0. Lock the mute, check if the queue is empty, return null immediately. If so, otherwise remove and return message, signal connection. Okay. All looks good. So proceed. I'm not sure if this is programming anymore. It might not be. So these should be largely the same as before. They're yeah. I mean, we've already approved it. I don't want, where's this at here? I don't want a plan like this. I actually want a plan where I see the source code if possible. So I'm going to work on that a little bit. I think the answer is to do it in auto accept on. Just tell it not to make code changes. I like the workflow. Propose a change. I see the whole thing. Apply the change. Propose a... Propose a commit message for the current changes. Add non-blocking queue operations, implement queue, try add. And then apply commit with suggested message. I gotta pick don't confirm that again in the future next time. So if we just make test. Okay, so we have our growing list of tests for test queue, or for the queue module. And we are currently on clean. So clear. Take a look at that to do. What we did, I should just edit it. What we just did was the non-blocking operations for try and pop. So those can go away. Let's add the status functions next. I like that suggestion. Do not make any code changes yet, but propose a change that would add, I'm just going to copy paste. Now that would add queue is empty, queue is full. That would add queue status functions. That would add queue status functions. And we will give it the list. Do not make any code changes yet, but propose a change that would add queue status functions. Queue is empty, queue is full, queue get size. So, you know, my best understanding is, and I probably could do a little more looking online, but is that Claude in this form, key to, what's going on here? Based on the analysis of the queue, here's my proposal. In source QC, queue is empty function, queue is full function, queue get size. Thread safe by acquiring mutex before reading size. Return int 0, 1 for Boolean functions following C convention. Constant parameter. Since these are read-only operations, cast mutex to non-const for locking. Standard practice for constant correct APIs. Consistent with existing code style and patterns. So we want to apply the suggested changes and add tests to verify, add tests to test queue tests to validate their functionality. I think right before I was talking to Claude there, I was saying my best understanding is Claude is about, well, that it was released sometime last November-ish. And we now also have Codex CLI for ChatGTP, which I have installed but haven't used yet. Here, I found 2 matches with a string. Are we seeing... Did it apply those damn things again? I should have checked. Okay, so let's just I think it did. Okay, I gotta figure out so we are still clean after. So now we're back to being clean after the non-blocking functions. And what I want to do is this, and after it's done this time, or maybe it prompted me and then I said go ahead with it, but I'll just pay closer attention. So after it gives me the prompt, I want to check if there's code changes. There should be none. Key design decisions. So git status. There are no changes at the moment. Thread safety, blah, 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 blah. These functions would be useful. So now, if I say apply suggested changes, it should start making code changes. Wow, you really do burn through the tokens with Opus. I like that it's giving you the warning, though. But I think I am actually just going to jump up, not right now, but I'll jump up to that 20x one. Well, actually, maybe I'll just run for a while with the other model. Okay, so right now, all tests pass successfully. Oh, it did add tests. Or, no, it didn't add tests. Let's take a look. So we got git status. So, yeah, just queue. So git diff source queue h. It just added the 3 functions. It didn't do anything in test yet. Let's make it a little dumber. And let's switch to I guess we'll just do that for now. We'll make it a little dumber. And what we'll do is, now that we have the code changes and it told me that all tests pass, let's verify that that's true. Make clean. Make test. Okay, so everything passed. Now let's add tests for each of those functions individually. So add propose. Do not make code changes, but suggest a change. Suggest a change that adds tests in test queue tests for the queue is empty function. What do we got here? So like a couple of tests. Add a test function around there. Is empty on new queue. Test is empty after add and pop. Test is empty. Thread safety. I like it, at least in theory, if it's all good. Add the test coverage. Apply the suggested change and verify that all tests pass. What do we got? So it's just updating the changes that were suggested. I mean, there's a lot of context that it really figures out for itself. You know, I don't say anything about the fact that you have the functions here and you have to call them from main. And, you know, it really does a good job of figuring out all that context. Successfully applied the changes, added 3 new tests. I did not actually see it run the tests. But they do all pass. Oh no, here it is. All 11 Q tests now pass, including the 3 new ones. Prepare a git commit message for the current changes. Git add queue. It's missing it's only supposed to be using a single attribution line. When preparing use a single attribution. Use only when preparing a commit message. When preparing commit messages, only use the co-authored by Claude There we go. I don't know why it forgot that one, but we did not implement the test coverage for so the tests that we added are just the is empty ones. So what we want to do now is propose a change to add tests in test queue for queue is full. Propose a change to add tests in test queue for being a little bit methodical here because I'm going to propose, apply, test, propose, apply, test. I probably could have let it go with all 3 of them at the same time, but it's just a little bit easier to deal with problems if the changes are a little bit smaller. Apply, propose changes to test queue. Burning tokens. Oops. It's going to test these for us. It's roughly the same. It's the corresponding test that we just looked at from the other one. So but for full instead of empty. I jumped the gun a couple seconds ago when I was doing the commit message. I forgot to add these other 2 sets of tests. So then finally, we want to crap. What was the third function? I think it's count. Get size. Couldn't remember if it was get count or get size. So propose I should have been committing after each one of these because that way it would have been easier to roll back. But propose a change to add tests in test queue tests for it's possible this is all an AI hallucination. Oops, did it again. Get queue size at capacity. Get queue size, get add messages and verify size increases. Test queue get size on new queue. Okay. Apply proposed changes to test. The reason I'm being specific is because they're a little bit back. I proposed some commit messages. I don't want it to do that. Apply proposed changes to test queue test.c. Now, with these changes, we'll have the full set. I should have been breaking that up a little bit smaller. And basically, after each function and each test was added, or I probably should have done it in function test pairs, but just kind of the safety net, making it a little tighter in case I want to fall back and just throw away its suggestions. But overall, I really, really like working with it. It makes for a nice pattern. Propose some changes, light review, apply the changes, verify that all the tests still do the things. And the deeper that web of tests and stuff gets, the less likely that you are to have some crazy hallucination doing a thing that you just totally don't expect. I mean, it gets to the point, it seems like it gets to the point where really, really light, looks good here type of reviews, looks good to me type of reviews are almost where you end up. Okay, so now we'll do propose a commit message for the current change set. It is certainly faster than me actually. Well, is it? I mean, if for certain it's faster if you don't know the specific topic inside and out, because you're basically limited by typing speed. Then, and even then, this is I think this is always faster. So apply the suggested commit. Commit. Yes, proceed. And then, so we just implemented these. Get status, make clean. make test. There we go. So we got a nice little test suite growing for the test queue. I think that's it for this video. I will pick up in the next one with some more improvements for the queue module. I'll see you guys there.